that have one word in common. And that word is balloon! So I played King and Balloon for Retro Chivos, like, pretty recently. I guess some would argue, like, this might not be obscure enough, but this game doesn't really come up in the conversation much for like, classic arcade games, so... Like, it did get released on Arcade Archives, I know. But... how many people actually played this on the actual cabinet? You played it, Justin? Alright. Alright, some people have seen a cabinet of this, but I feel like... I never saw a cabinet of this back in the day. And I don't think like, Drinkers didn't have one. So I haven't, I still haven't gotten to play on a cabinet. Player interest is kept at a high level as total score is increased by player speed and saving the king. So one of this game's selling points is it has digitized speech. That wasn't a very common thing in arcade games at the time. And it's got some other things that kind of set it apart from the traditional shooter. Because, I mean, okay, it's 1980. Namco had already put out Galaxian, which was huge for them. And this game definitely looks like Galaxian, but it's got a few quirks to it. Namely, you do not have the dudes you're controlling. You have infinite dudes, but you've only got 3 kings. So if your guys die, they just come back. So these balloons are... They're trying to kidnap the king. So this game is basically it's basically a glorified escort mission. Export mission?
Thank you.
But yeah, otherwise, like, it looks a lot like Galaxian. The ship formations are similar. The whole thing is, like, there's that thing where, like, the 3 balloons, like, come together. If you shoot those multiple times, you get a lot of points. You get up to 3,000. 500 plus 1,000 plus 1,500.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's got the droning from Galaxian too. Yeah, what the fuck is the king doing? Just get back inside the castle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Damn, that guy had the master play right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, digitized speech was not very it was not very common at the time.
Thank you.
I don't think this was the first game to have digitized speech.
Thank you.
But it was one of the earlier ones.
Thank you.
Yeah, I played this a few weeks ago for the retro achievements, but the version in Final Burn Neo for some reason had it had the scrolling star background from Galaxian, which isn't right, but it does kind of enrich the experience a little bit.
Thank you.
And yes, the Japanese version is different. We'll look at the Japanese version. Don't you worry. But I have to imagine, like, if this game's volume was turned up and you worked at an arcade with this game, how fast do you think you would have been pissed off by the help? No, thank you. I can't imagine.
Thank you.
Immediately. At least it doesn't have demo sound, so it would only be happening when people are playing it. You wouldn't be hearing Bart and Lisa screaming like in the Simpsons demo. Or you wouldn't hear Shirogaro say, "Your father will pay the price for destroying the Imperial rule." Uh-oh. Uh-oh, King! Bye-bye! They got him. I remember in old versions of MAME, the audio clip would get cut off, and he would go, "Bye-bye!" But I guess they fixed it eventually. Yeah, he's not too, he's not too let down by it. I think he wanted to be kidnapped.
Thank you.
He just will not go back in the fucking castle. What do you think we built this castle for? Will you just run around outside? Shit, can't get the bonus.
Thank you.
I mean, your dudes have infinite lives, but you don't have infinite kings. You get one bonus king at 10,000.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's a neat.
Thank you.
I think it's a neat twist on the Space Invaders Galaxian format. That you can just kind of take a hit and be like, yeah, whatever.
Thank you.
And then they get the king, and it's like, oh shit! I don't know, like, how long the average credit lasted of this?
Thank you.
How new players, like, approach this? Uh-oh. Got him.
Thank you.
The annoying thing I discovered when I was doing the Chivos for this is that, like, where you, like, spawn in, like, after you take a hit, can get changed a little bit, depending on, like, where other balloons are. Like, if they're in the middle, it put me on the right side, because those balloons were down there in the middle. So they'll automatically move you to the side. But you won't always know, like, where you're gonna respawn. And sometimes you'll spawn in, and a bullet will be right on top of you. You just kind of get spawn killed. Like, you can't really get too mad about that, since you have infinite dudes, but if they get the king and you get spawn killed by a bullet, then you can get mad. Ah! Also, as you get farther into the game, obviously enemies fire more often, and when they get the king, they fly away faster. So it is increasing the difficulty. This definitely doesn't feel like a game you can play forever. It does get really hard eventually. Like, the highest scores I've seen, like, top out around, like, 120,000. That was probably, like, stage 16, stage 17. This is stage 6, and it's already getting, like, kind of tricky. So they don't want you to... You can't really play forever in this. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. That's a good point, Tim. The speed of your characters is very slow. It takes them a long time to walk across the screen. Ooh, double KO. Nope.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that makes it even worse when they kidnap the king and they fly off at, like, this really horizontal angle that you can't catch. But I mean, once you understand the rules of the game, you can play for a decent amount. It just gets really hard later.
Thank you.
Like the retro achievements thing was to finish stage 12, I think it was.
Thank you.
And that took me a little bit to get it. Yeah, your dudes are expendable, but the Holy Family is too important. They're saying something about society here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, they didn't get him. Ah. Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Got him.
Thank you.
Nope. That's a lot of dudes.
Thank you.
Help.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean... Okay, well, you have to keep in mind, Galaga was not out yet. Galaga was 81. Galaxian was a big hit for Namco, but that was 1980. Galaga did not yet exist when this game came out, so the double ship power-up would not be a thing.
Thank you.
But, I mean, power-ups in general were not, like, super common in games yet. I think.
Thank you.
Oh. Uh-oh, can I get him?
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Try to get to stage 10 already. Uh-oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, the explosion sounds are just like... they're just copy-overs from Galaxian. They must have, uh-oh.
Bye-bye.
They must have, pumped this out really fast. Guard me! Alright, let's listen to the Japanese version. That is important. Alright, let's let them kidnap the king.
HELPO. HELPO. Thank you.
That's an upgrade.
HELPO. HELPO. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
HELPO. HELPO. Thank you.
Thank you! Japanese version is definitely the way to go.
HELPO. Thank you.
Oh, the Arcade Archives version doesn't have the English version? Well, I guess that's not a...
Thank you.
I guess that's not the biggest loss.
HELPO. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I don't have any samples of that, but you could probably get them. Alright,
HELPO.
take him away.
HELPO. HELPO. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sounds like the king is coming on to me. Bye-bye.
HELPO. 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 Bye-bye.
Yeah. What a game.
HELPO. Thank you.
So... he doesn't speak in Japanese in this version, he just has a Japanese accent. I guess for the English version, they're like,
HELPO. Bye-bye.
you shouldn't be saying helpo, there's no O in help. Yeah, it's king in balloon, it's not princess in balloon. When did I get 107,000 on this? Did I watch a replay or something? I just looked at the high score. Did I watch a replay? I have broken 100,000, but I don't think that was my score. When the frick did I do that?
Young me wins.
Sunrise Shortcake, thank you for the 37 months. Thank you for the resub. Was this in a crap tournament? It might have been. I didn't play in all the crap tournaments. Very possible. It was in like some sort of tournament recently, wasn't it? Yeah, maybe it was crap. That said, I don't think it's crap. I think it's all right. I think it's a nice twist on the Galaxian formula. Let's see what everybody else thinks. HELPO, HELPO, thank you. Crap Tourney 4. Did I play in Crap Tourney 4? That wasn't like recent. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn as to what I would give it. At first I thought this was probably a 4, but it's probably closer to a 3. It is a knockoff, but it's competent. It does something different that Galaxian didn't. It has speech. Well, the votes were kind of neck and neck between 2 and 3. But 3 won out. It gets 3 bongos. That's about what I would say too. We need 0.5s now. We need 3.5. Shit. It's kind of dull. I mean, I can understand that too. But I think it's worth a 3. At the very least.